Yeah. I believe the Earth is flat. I don't believe that we landed on a moon. Mankind has only been up to 1,000 miles above the Earth's surface.
Well, on NASA though, can I read something? I found this really interesting comment in my little research on YouTube. Okay. To imply that the Earth is flat, you aren't just saying that NASA is lying. You aren't just saying there's a conspiracy within a single company. You're implying there's a conspiracy involving the world's 71 space agencies, 13 of which have launching capabilities. Not only are you saying all 71 of those agencies are lying about the shape of the Earth, but every single person in them is lying or being fooled by their respective companies. Furthermore, every single astrophysicist in the world is, by your implication, a scam artist getting paid to do research through telescopes and instruments that would be useless if the world were flat. So roughly 75,000 people are lying about what they do for a living. Not only is it absurd to even imply that NASA program that under the United States government could possibly pull off this sort of conspiracy, but the fact that all 71 space agencies around the world are also taking part in some conspiracy, and every astronomer and astrophysicist and astronaut is also part of the same. It just seems that so many different people are involved in this major conspiracy.
Yeah, all the.
So I guess. Yeah.
So all the companies.
Which doesn't matter, but I just don't understand how you find somebody guilty of doing something to a 15-day-old baby, because there was no evidence whatsoever that proved anything about me putting my hands on my kids. I've never done it. I never would. I don't believe in it. I was beat as a child, and I don't agree with it at all. And I would never do it. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it. I'm innocent.
Well, I can make a lot of comments on what you said. I can make a lot of comments on the trial, but I know that was just be arguing with you or talking with you. I'll ask you one simple question. You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay. On the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement without parole. On the sin of the death of another, I sentence you to 10 years of confinement consecutive
I mean, how come everyone's attracted to the man, and yet he would be the worst person to go out with?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe girls are attracted to a typical bad boy, maybe, but I don't think he knows what he wants.
And I think it's a good lesson when everyone's watching.
Yeah, definitely.
To just avoid those types.
Yeah, to treat a girl right.
Hayley, have you ever read A Brief History of Time by Professor Stephen Hawking?
wait.
A Brief History of Time.
Is that history?
It's a study into black holes. By
no,
Professor
I'm
Stephen
not
Hawking.
interested in
No.
that, sorry.
Do you know Pythagoras' theorem to the nearest 5
No.
decimal places?
Do you?
What's your favourite colour?
Do you?
Colour.
Colour.
Do you know the
red.
Pythagoras theorem to the
I do
nearest
actually,
5
yeah.
decimal places?
3.147 is certainly the first 4 digits.
So, Pythagoras theorem.
Lucy decided, because of the hot weather, Storm wasn't eating the same amount of meat as usual, and Lucy, you thought, you know what, I'm going to try Storm on vegetables.
Not necessarily just vegetables, but she's a carb fiend, essentially. She's always been of that inclination anyway. How it came about is my neighbour, Ben, he started it and introduced it, and as did I. And she seemed to perk up, be a lot happier.
Does she like it straight away? Like, you put that food down, she doesn't turn her nose up?
She likes more of the wet food type thing. It's more palatable as she's drinking loads of water. But no, really took to it.
2 bowls here, right?
Oh, no.
One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat.
Oh, amen.
Storm,
Right.
Storm, we
We're
hate
gonna
to
let
put
her
the
loose.
temptation in front of you,
You
but it's
ready
over
for
to you.
lunch, Storm?
Right?
Oh, I'm
let her go.
Let her go?
Let her go.
Oh, she's obviously going to go. Obviously. Oh, you little...
Yes.
I didn't swear.
Oh, and there is natural selection.
Oh, no. Checking it out. Well, in fairness, the weather has cooled down quite dramatically.
Yes, of course it has. Yes, but look, this is a dog acting naturally, I think.
To be injured in the line of duty when I joined the military. Nobody forced me to join the military. I was prepared to be killed in action. What I wasn't prepared for, Mr. Prime Minister, is Canada turning its back on me. So which veteran was it that you were talking about?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your passion and your strength and being here today to share this justifiable frustration and anger with me and with all of us here. Thank you for having the courage to stand here, and thank you for listening to my answer. On a couple of elements you brought up. First of all, why are we still fighting against certain veterans groups in court? Because they're asking for more than we are able to give right now.
This right here was the coded portion, correct?
Correct.
And you're saying 48, that is the year you were born, so therefore that identified you.
I believe it did, yes.
Okay, so you interpret this to be a K.
Yes.
And then a 2.
Yes.
Meaning kill 2.
Yes.
So 48, this is you, and kill 2. So that's what that meant. What is your zip code?
48162.
This would be the zip code right here.
Yes, that's correct.
So is it possible that what this says is 48162, and the 6
would seem to be that.
Is it possible that, as opposed to that being a coded death threat from your son?
I can't see it. I see it as a K2.
I'm not sure if he was going to murder you. I mean, if I was going to do that, I'm not sure I would telegraph it, but I'm just looking at that and saying, okay, is that a coded death threat, or is it also does just happen to be your zip code?
This guy. His company also offered a $29 deal, but after a quick look around, that $29 deal went way up.
It's gonna be $235.40.
This time, we told him to go ahead and do the job. He lugged this huge vacuum into the house. When I'm out of sight, our experts say he's not doing much at all on the second floor.
The vacuum should be on. It's not even on.
In this room, he doesn't even pull off the vent. He just sprays the dust with compressed air.
If there's a lot of dust and stuff in there, it's going all over the room.
And up in the attic, he barely does a thing, just waves his air compressor wand for a second.
He just wiggled the wand in there like he was cleaning it. It didn't do anything. The vacuum's been off the whole time.
But when he came downstairs in front of me, it was a different story. He brings out the brushes and the big vacuum and seems to be doing a good job.
Do you have to do this with every vent?
After he packed up all his equipment, it was time to ask a few questions.
I'm not really the homeowner. My name's Lisa Guerrero with Inside Edition.
Did you actually clean everything you said you were supposed to clean? He was in no mood to stick around. Did you just rip me off?
Governor, can I sit somewhere else? I'll go back to my dinner. I'm not Did he ever cry?
He's not going to cry the whole time.
We can put you on the next flight. What? We can put you on the next flight. No, I can't. I have to. Then you will sit right here and make an I want your name. Right here. What's your name? Tabitha 9766. Thank you, Tabitha. You may not have a job tomorrow. I want this lady. No, I can't. No, I want you on my flight. I can't, Tabitha. I have to. I apologize. I apologize. All right, I apologize. I have to do this. Thank you, Tabitha. You were screaming at the video. I'm not screaming. I'll be quiet now, please. Okay, I'm sorry. I was really stressed out.
Now Perez's name and image have been removed from the council's official website, and she's been placed on a leave of absence.
You may not have a job tomorrow.